Okay,
Guillem
yeah.
Balague.
Okay, right.
When you're ready.
Go in? Okay, yeah, I'll start.
You start.
I'll say Jamal Niaz, then you say Zara Conlon.
Okay, no problem.
You can pronounce his name as well.
Who starts? Who
Just a
starts?
little start. It's Guillem Balague.
Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
gracias.
When you're ready.
Yeah.
I'm Jamal Niaz.
I'm Zara Connolly, and we're here with Guillem Balague.
I'm Guillem Balague.
We're at the Football Bloggers Awards, where Guillem has just won football's biggest influencer award. How do you feel after winning this award?
It's a surprise because there were big names, and I just came for the fun of it. And I know a lot of people in the room. I know some of the sponsors. So I thought, yeah, I'll pop in. Any excuse to come to Manchester. But you know, very humbled by it.
And Zara's got a question for you actually.
Go on then.
I'll pass this on to Zara.
Oh, okay. Well, my question for you is, nowadays, you are such a popular journalist, but also quite a very professional one that everyone is fond of in La Liga. Does that also lead to a lot of criticism, and how do you deal with the criticism that you get?
Okay, I mean there were social networks that used to be a forum for discussion, and it isn't anymore. I don't know at what point that got transformed into a forum for criticisms and insult and all that. So, but I don't mention, so I don't know if they're still doing that. But use it if you ever get that kind of thing. Use it as fuel for your motivation, you know. And if anybody has a go at anything you say, before you have a go back or before you get affected by it, just have a think. Is it something I said? Did I say it properly? Did I explain it properly? Did they understand it properly? So try to make it about your job and not so much about the vitriol that you may get.
Well, it's made it all worthwhile today after winning that award today. It's made you feel quite pleased with yourself, hasn't it?
Well, it's been an occasion to stop for a second and as I was saying in the speech, to encourage anybody who's in their early 20s, as I was 23 when I left Barcelona, to actually do that, to go out and see that the world is very big and learn languages. You speak a bit of Spanish, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit of Spanish.
So everybody should go away for a year and you know, a year may become 25, like in my case, but otherwise it's a way to open your mind. And of course it was an opportunity to remember that along the way there was a lot of people that helped me to eat because there was a time that I had no money and no food. To be somewhere, to be based in a place, to actually understand where I was. They were passionate enough to listen to my broken English and they just embrace me and look after me. So at a time when people are thinking, you know, there's so much talk about immigrants and people coming from other countries, and Britain maybe not being as compassionate as it was. I'm saying, you know, it is a compassionate country, but also if you come from abroad, look after them.
So, as well as that, you started from the bottom and now you're at the top. Do you think that you'll just carry on doing Sky Sports La Liga, or is there more stuff in the future for us to come?
Well, I'm writing books, I run a football club, I write songs, I've done documentaries. So what next? It will be something I'm very passionate about, something I enjoy doing, and now that this profession is really my lifestyle, something that makes me enjoy life.
And you're an expert in La Liga. Post Ronaldo and Messi, who do you see becoming the next star in that league?
Well, there's Griezmann, there's obviously Gareth Bale, there is Luis Suarez still, there is Neymar. Still is a very competitive league, number one, and number two, it is one with big names. So let them, you know, it's about clubs, it's about football.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the next star? There'll be many. The main thing is to enjoy it really, and stop that discussion. Ronaldo, Messi, who cares? Just enjoy the ball.
For you, they're once in a lifetime players playing at the same time.
At the same time, unbelievable, isn't it?
And speaking of La Liga, there's a huge game at the weekend, Madrid derby. Who do you see winning this game?
What I see is two teams that are going through different journeys, but interestingly enough, the team that's actually changing, playing better with a better squad than they had, is actually 6 points behind, and the one that hasn't found his identity but has got really good individuals in Real Madrid are at the top. So it's one-off. It'd be interesting to see what Simeone does with the team if he actually goes back to the old Atletico Madrid, much more solid, with Coque not so much in the middle, but with a more defensive combination in the centre of the field. And if he does that, will do life very, very difficult for Real Madrid.
I've seen on Twitter you've been talking about Barcelona. Even though they're getting the results, they aren't as attractive to watch playing. Not so much.
I'm going to say that.
You didn't say that.
It wasn't about attractive. It was about essence. It was about.
They lost their style of play.
Yeah, the style is going. It's going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there are moments when you recognize Barcelona, but there are moments when you don't.
When you think they lose their personality?
Yeah, it's to do with. There was an idea in the past, in the recent past, an idea of developing players in a certain way, through teams that play the same way, then get into the first team. And that was something that was successful, but they got stuck. La Masia doesn't develop players anymore. They try to follow style, but they haven't. They kind of in the past a little bit. They are renovating ideas at the club. But in the first team, it's all about the front three, which is fine because they win. So for a lot of people, it'd be like, if it's about winning, that's fine, they win. So, but I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about the Johan Cruyff idea of winning is fine, but it's how you do it.
Yeah.
And I think Barcelona have become just like another team instead of the one-off that they were.
And do you think going on the back of that result against Manchester City, in football we always talk about cycles of dominance. Like the English had their era of dominance when we used to have 3 Premier League teams in the semi-finals, then we transcended to Spain and Germany. Do you see maybe England getting their cycle back in the sense with the emergence of teams like Man City?
Well, we'll see. I mean, all I'm seeing at the moment is the Spanish team still winning the competitions and being in the semi-finals. Still the Spanish football area quite clearly. I see very good coaches in the Premier League, but I also see that to actually succeed in the Premier League and in the Champions League, you need 2 different teams almost, and that nobody's doing that. Liverpool did it for a while, Manchester United did it for a while, not recently. I trust Pep Guardiola to actually do a lot with Manchester City. I can see Klopp succeeding at Liverpool and perhaps in Europe soon, but at the moment we're still in the Spanish era.
What do you see as the most exciting league in the world?
What's exciting?
Like the most dramatic, the most competitive league in the world?
The league that draws you in?
Yeah.
Do I have to choose?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's the nature of the question.
It's the end of the world, and there's only one football league that can be left.
Okay, I like that better. I'll go and watch Barcelona Madrid. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you as well. There's always talk in the transfer season, in January for instance, of all the Liga players coming over to the Premier League. What players do you think will be next coming from the Liga over to the Premier League?
I'll give you my email address, and then when we get close there, we can talk about that.
I'm going to hold you to that.
All right. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
great.
All right.
Thanks a lot for answering my questions.
My pleasure.
Thank you. It's lovely meeting you.